There's a quiet shift that's been happening in the world of retirement plans, one that many employees don't even notice. For decades, the go-to plan for retirement was the defined benefit plan, more commonly known as a pension. Today, more and more employers are moving toward defined contribution plans, especially one type in particular, the 401k. So what's the difference between the two, and why does it matter? Let's start with the basics. Both defined benefit and defined contribution plans are designed to provide you with income after you retire. But how they get you there, and who carries the risk, is very different. In a defined benefit plan, the employer makes a promise. Work here for a certain number of years and we'll pay you a guaranteed monthly income during retirement. The amount is usually based on a formula that includes your salary history and how long you worked there. The key thing is, the employer is responsible. They fund the plan, they manage the investments, and they carry the risk. If the market drops, it's still on them to make sure your pension stays intact. Now let's look at defined contribution plans like the 401k. With these plans, you and your employer both have the chance to contribute money into your own individual retirement account. That account grows over time based on the investments you choose. But here's the catch. Now, you carry the risk. If the market goes up, great. Your account grows. But if the market goes down, so does your retirement savings. There's no guaranteed outcome, just the balance that accumulates based on how much was contributed and how well your investments performed. It's kind of like the difference between flying commercial versus piloting your own small plane. With a pension, you're along for the ride. Someone else does the flying. With a 401k, you're in the cockpit. It's empowering, but it also means you've got to stay sharp and pay attention. Now let's break it down even further. In a pension or defined benefit plan, the employer funds the plan. In a 401k or defined contribution plan, both the employee and employer may contribute. So, in a pension, the employer actually bears the investment risk. But with a 401k, it's the employee who takes on that risk. Your final benefit really depends on how the market performs. The pension benefit is, defined by a formula and is usually paid out as a lifetime annuity. With a 401k, the benefit is just your account balance, and honestly, what you do with it is entirely up to you. Pensions are, often harder to understand and explain. On the other hand, 401k's tend to be more transparent and just easier to communicate. So why have employers shifted toward 401k's? Well, it really comes down to flexibility and cost. 401k's are just easier for companies to manage, and they put employees in charge of their own retirement planning. For workers, they offer more control, immediate tax benefits, and in many cases, employer matching. But of course, that comes with greater responsibility. And of course, behind all of this, agencies like the IRS and the Department of Labor make sure retirement plans are run fairly and legally. While employers aren't required to offer a retirement plan, once they do, it's governed by strict regulations to protect the people contributing. As you can tell, knowing the difference between a defined benefit and defined contribution plan isn't just technical jargon, it's the foundation for understanding how your retirement savings really work. Coming up next, we'll dive into the core of 401k's, how contributions work, what matching means, and how your money grows over time. And just a friendly reminder, regulations around retirement plans can evolve, so for the most current details, always refer to the official guidance from the IRS or Department of Labor. Thanks for tuning in. You're getting stronger with each episode and your financial future is already looking brighter.